once again, the left has changed the course of history, and not for the better. I thought about this last night, tossing and turning. I couldn't sleep. Could anybody sleep? I thought about it throughout the day today. What did I want my message to be tonight after what we witnessed yesterday? Did I immediately want to do what has probably contributed to the temperature in this country and start calling out the left, while half the country just moves on like yesterday never happened? It did happen. Charlie Kirk once tweeted that you can tell a lot about a person by how they react when someone dies. Think about that. And think about how gleefully so many people celebrated yesterday. We don't want to contribute to the problem, but we refuse to pretend that honesty and truth are really part of the problem. They are not. Charlie felt passionately that men shouldn't be playing in women's sports. You might disagree with that, but did Charlie deserve to die for it? Charlie felt passionately that there were only two sexes, male and female. You might disagree with that, but did Charlie really deserve to die because of it? Charlie felt compassion for trans people, but he also felt that many need help. Again, you might disagree, but did Charlie deserve to die for it? Are we really at a point where political discourse can no longer exist in a country that was founded on political discourse? Are we really so wrapped up in our own camps and the ideology of our own side that no matter what the other side says, we can't find any common ground? We don't think so. There are many points that the left makes that I agree with. No one side is perfect. But are we really so wrapped up in the lives of political Washington and people we don't even know that we are not only going to kill people in cold blood in front of 3,000 other people, but we're going to record the entire thing? Because that's what's happened. And the next day, are we going to pretend that yesterday was just another September 10th and that today is just another September 11th? Because they're not. And they never will be again. Like April 4th and November the 22nd, when Martin Luther King Jr. and John F. Kennedy were assassinated, you can now add September 10th to that list of dates. That's what was accomplished yesterday. Like Martin Luther King, Charlie believed in this country. He believed in speech and he believed in freedom. The T-shirt he was wearing when he was shot dead said one word, and that word was freedom. Charlie Kirk, like Dr. King, was not a politician or a conventional celebrity. But like King, Kirk's impact was everywhere, and it is undeniable. And Charlie's not here today because of the impact he had.
Donald Trump is president of the United States. We've got our republic back, folks.
Let's go. There it is.
Everybody should remember this moment. Look, I'm gonna echo Charlie from earlier. Remember where you were when this happened.
No one has worked harder than Charlie for this.
We gotta hear some words here from you, Charlie. You put all this together, my man. Let's hear it.
I am just humbled by God. It's all God. It's all God.
Charlie was everything the left hates. And he was targeted because he had the ability to galvanize a group of people that have never voted for a Republican before. Charlie would go into deep liberal territory, sharing his message of truth in places where conservatives aren't normally welcomed.
Why do you care so much about what I have to say?
You're taking away people's choices. You are hurting people.
Something I find kind of repulsive is that I believe you said that the Civil Rights Act was bad.
I don't advocate pure democracy.
There's workers in other countries who are enslaved to make things that I'm wearing right now.
Then why would you buy it?
Because there's no other options in our capitalist country.
No, you're just here to insult me.
Yeah, I am. You're really good at lying out of your
It's fun to watch people come up and have valid points, but then you sit there on your little high altar and just do this.
Sadly, as our society drifts farther and farther away from reality, there are people on the left who actually celebrated the death of another human being, his only crime, saying things they disagreed with.
Breaking news, Charlie Kirk was in the neck.
As of right now, I think his condition is unknown. And there are a lot of people that are like, no matter what side of politics you're on, you should never celebrate something bad happening to someone. I, on the other hand, do cheer when bad things happen to bad people.
That will live forever and haunt that woman for the rest of her life. It will. She doesn't know it, but it will. Social media did not exist when JFK was killed. It did not exist when MLK was killed. It exists today. And as an almost direct result, social media has turned this country into an anti-social society. Thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, where people only socialize with other people on their team, and where our own media exists to please the people on their team, their people. We're not going to do that. Charlie Kirk's death was a warning shot to conservatives. The message, a simple one, that you're not welcome, that the debate is over. Barack Obama tweeted that he doesn't know what motivated the assassination. But what Barack seems to be forgetting is that his own supporters have called people like Charlie names for years. Things like Nazi, white supremacist, fascist, racist. And when you call someone a threat to democracy, people, as we saw yesterday, are going to try to take out that threat to democracy.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
14 months ago, a deranged shooter, who we still know very little about, tried to assassinate Donald Trump. Once again, the left trying to change history with a bullet, not ideas. They didn't succeed, thankfully, but this notion that the left are not doing this, that the left are not violent, is just that. It is a fairy tale that's almost beyond belief at this point.
A man claims that he was attacked for wearing a Make America Great Again hat at a local Mexican restaurant.
He says he was attacked by a group of young adults in Chinatown last week for wearing a Make America Great Again hat.
It's been viewed more than 2 million times. You see this man throwing a drink at 16-year-old Hunter Richard and shouting a racial slur.
Anti-Trump protesters hunting down the very people who back Trump, pelting a woman with eggs.
Oh my God!
Surrounding this man trying to get away. Other Trump supporters beaten.
What happened?
I was walking on the street and this guy like sucker punched me in the back of the head.
You know, the worst part about that is the media does two things. They either don't cover it or they cover it up, or they cheerlead this all on. Ever since Donald Trump became a candidate, the media have allowed statements like this to go to air. They shouldn't. A U.S. senator from Connecticut this week. Tell me if you think these comments could lead to violence.
Our only opportunity, our only chance to save our democracy is to fight fire with fire right now. So, yeah, do I bemoan the fact that, we're now blowing up norms? Yes, but literally for 2 seconds, because if you spend any more than that being sorry for the fact that the old world doesn't exist, then your democracy is gone. Like we're in a war right now to save this country, and so you have to be willing to do whatever is necessary in order to save the country.
We weren't in a war before yesterday. Many on the left think that something stopped yesterday. They think something changed, where in reality, a martyr was born. Much like Martin Luther King 50 years ago, Charlie will now be lifted to something beyond what he was in life. And by eliminating Charlie's voice, the left just created a million more Charlies.
Christ is all grace and all truth. And so if I'm contesting in the public arena for truth and it really ticks somebody off, then I'm in no way defying the wants or wishes of Christ or his word. And understand that we as Christians are called to go into the public arena to correct error with truth. So I go to college campuses and there's a lot of error. We're all sinners. We all live in error. The problem with college campuses, though, is that it calls error truth. So the entire institution is absent and outside of and is in contradiction with God's law and God's perfect commands for our life.
And they killed Charlie not only for his politics, but because of his belief in God. They don't like that. Nothing upsets the left more than a white Christian man, strong, proud, brave, hardworking, loyal to one woman, a family, children, the future. That's what Charlie had, and that's what he fought for every day, and they killed him for it, and now Charlie belongs to the ages.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.